Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi wa kafa. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ibadihi alladhina astafa. Amma ba'du farabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa ahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Wa qul rabbi adkhilni mudkhala sidqin wa akhrijni mukhraja sidqin waj'al li min ladunka sultanan nasira. Bismillah wa billah wa tawakkaltu ala Allah. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. We recite together verse number 108 from chapter Al-Baqarah, second chapter of the Holy Book of Quran. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Am turiduna an tas'alu rasulakum kama su'ila Musa min qabl wa man yatabaddalil kufra bil iman faqad dhalla sawa'a as-sabil. Sadaqallahul Azim. Before I start to explain the content of this verse, we have to reiterate again the goal of these sessions about Quran is that we can open a way for all those audience from whatever the category they are, from wherever they are, from whatever the religion they belong. Everyone is our addressed one, and we are talking to everyone, and this explanation level is for everyone. And we explain it in brief and at the contemporary level and according to what is the newest vision about Quran and what have reached the most recent researcher have reached to the meaning, and they have explored that from the book of Quran. This start will help, inshallah, all those who will listen to go in some more deep depth of the Quran by taking help from this start, and this will help them. And this is because what we do is giving a simple and very easy meaning to the ayat of Quran and connecting them with each other and telling the context of them and the points that is mentioned in them. So these all things makes them very easy to absorb by everybody, and that will open a way if somebody wants to go to some more profound knowledge about that. And we feel so humble when we come to every ayah and see that it has a vast ocean of meaning, and vast meaning is concised in very small phrases and small ayat, and very few words are used here, but the meaning is so vast and universal. It is vast because of being universal, and because it is for all time, for all men, for all kind of men, and It is salvation for everyone, so it has that variety of meaning in the same ayah, and everybody can get its portion when it comes to every ayah, and when somebody takes them all together sometime, and sometime every ayah, each one of them has that quality. Now we start ayat number 108, verse number 108, and this is recited is this: Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Am turiduna an tas'alu rasulakum kama su'ila Musa min qabl. This ayah, this verse is related to verses before, as Allah is mostly talking to Israelite, and most of their behavior and most of their conduct that they have shown against the book of Allah, and as they have shown in the past, their practices and all those conduct that they have practiced, Allah has shown to us, and that is for this purpose, that all that is a lesson for us, and we should take those things that were good in them, and we should avoid those manners and etiquette that they produce from themselves and they showed. So these things are not told as to be a tale for us to enjoy it or just have a some kind of happiness that others are on the wrong path and we are on the right path, and just to be proud of being Muslim, and that thanks God that we are not those other kind of the people. Names doesn't matter. The actual thing is character and practice according to the guidance of Allah. Here, another episode of their manner is presented, as Allah is saying to mu'mineen and to believers that am turiduna, while Allah knows that these mu'mineen were not asking anything to the Holy Prophet of that kind which Jews had said to Moses, and they had asked, and they had questioned, and they had demanded. Allah is putting here means it means that it is at the start of statement. When it is put here it means that that is something that is not happening, that is not actual, that is just a something that we assume it for a while. Am turidun, whether you like, whether you want, whether here it is not for question, whether you want, an tas'alu, to demand. Tas'alu have two meanings, and both of them are used, and the one is selected with look at the context that ayah has, or the word that has context. One of the meaning is that if somebody asks as a question to somebody and asks to know something and have information about that, so that is also a swal. And another meaning for su'al or tas'alu is that you demand somebody something, you demand, you ask, you request for something, so that is also tas'alu. Here what is that? So here both of the meaning can be said, because Jews had done both of them. They had demanded so many things, and they had asked question about so many things. So maybe both of them also can be meant, and Allah is asking mu'mineen and believers, Ham turidun, whether you like an tas'alu, to ask and to demand Rasulakum, your apostle, your messenger, is the last prophet, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whether you like to ask him and demand from him as it was asked and demanded Prophet Moses aforetime before you, as it is said that Allah is hinting that these things were asked by them, by Jews. And these kind of habits and manners and practices that they practice took them to unbelief, and they, after all, went to the wrong way and they diverted from the right path of Allah. So Allah, with this statement or with this sentence or ayah, Allah is telling mu'mineen, be confirm what you have and what the messengers convey to them, and do not ask question without good reason. If you have a real reason for behind that, you ask it, and but do not make so many demands and so many questions. And it means that may Satan come to you and put in your mind, put on your tongue some question, and you keep asking and demanding. So in this way, you may slip from the right path, because asking so many questions and not finding a satisfying answer, or at least not being the time for a satisfying answer, you will go on the wrong way, and you will think that this is not satisfying me, and I am not, this is not reasonable, and you may divert and you may deviate from the right path. So, and this is what Allah is mentioning at the end of this ayah too. Am turiduna, whether you like, whether you want, antasalu, to demand or to ask Rasulakum, your prophet, kama so'ila Musa, as Moses was asked and he was demanded, min qabl, aforetime, before you. And Allah here do not say that if you do, what will happen, what will be the consequences. Directly, Allah set a principle and tell a principle, and He talks to mu'mineen that they should not ask these questions because of the reason. The reason is that it will take you to the wrong path, and it will take you to become unbeliever, and your believing condition will be omitted, and you will not be remaining on this belief that you are believing now. Allah is saying, وَمَنْ يَتَبَدَّلِ الْكُفْرَ بِالْإِيمَانِ. Here Allah is not telling all those details of the results of this questioning and this demanding. Allah is directly telling that if somebody asks this kind of question and he makes so many demands, and because when somebody asks questions, some more questions comes to his mind, and when somebody demands something, so many other demands comes there, and they will consequently take him to the wrong path, and it will make him as unbeliever. أم تريدون أن تسألوا رسولكم كما سئل موسى من قبل ومن يتبدل. Here Allah is saying that if somebody changes, it means that this manner of asking and demanding will take somebody, and this is confirmed situation. For this Allah is not telling this with if and whether and this. No, he is telling confirmly and firmly that woman and whosoever changes unfaithfulness with faithfulness, because now they are faithful, and if they ask questions they will turn to unfaithful. So if somebody changes this and exchanges like this, that he leaves belief and becomes unbeliever, فَقَدْ ضَلَّ سَوَاءَ السَّبِيلِ, he will go astray from the certain way of Allah, from the right path of Allah. That is the result of that. And with this very short ayah, Allah is telling us that you should ask questions. They are really a question or the real demand. Do not ask questions and demands just to tease your prophet, just to catch your prophet in the hard situation, or keep him in the hard situation and ask question and question and question, so that may he gives you the answer that you will take it as a pretext to leave your iman and leave your belief. Do not do this, and this will happen if somebody does like that, because some questions are brought in the mind by Satan, and he keeps you bringing new questions. And of course all questions are not to be answered, and if really there are answers for them, maybe the time is not yet for that answer, or maybe somebody has not a capacity to bear those answers, and he has not a capability to understand those answers, so it will ultimately cause him to go astray from the right path. So Allah is stopping all those mu'mineen and believers to do those kind of question. Of course, the actual question is not prevented to ask. Allah is not telling that do not ask question. No, it is not like that. Allah is telling people and telling mu'mineen not to ask those kind of question, and with those with those intents that they had. The Jews had intents that they ask question to uh, to create a hard condition for their prophet, and that was a wrong full deed, and that should be avoided. And Allah here tells mu'mineen in the question format what he want to tell them as a statement. Inshallah, we'll do the next ayah in the next session. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah bless you all.